Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of Dopedilla TV. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Cleo Dashian. Shout out to our domestic and our international audience, and to all you new viewers and listeners, welcome. So what we do here is we do a little short minisode, keep it nice and cute, and talk. So what we're going to talk about, like we did last week, and as you people know from previous views, we're talking about the baby, acting like a baby. And he just had a baby with someone he used to call his baby, but she's not his baby anymore, says the baby. So I'm going to tell you what I meant when I said this is beyond the baby. All right, so let's bring up the hood, because situations like this are more concentrated in areas like that, where it's kind of just sad and just, lowly. So guys like that, people favor him. He's the man. He's moving. He does what he wants. Blah, blah, blah. Girls want him. Dudes want to be him. He's just so cool. And he gets away with whatever he wants. There doesn't need to be any logic behind it. He's just cool. But of course, people that know how to think for themselves will be like, wait, this doesn't make any sense. So, in the hood, nobody's going to come up to you and be like, no, you're doing the wrong thing. You need to treat that girl better. You need to do this. You need to do that. People are going to do what they want. Now, on her side, you just have to have what Mimi, his other baby mother, called discernment. By the way, she just had a baby with the baby, and now Danny Lay it's just babies everywhere. He's just doing him. So, just to cut it short, you have to have discernment. You have to look at people, look at how they talk, look at how they act, look at how they treat you, and catch them quick. And discernment ain't something you could really be born with. Some people are, but for others, you have to practice it. You have to practice catching people and, being able to see what they are before you get too involved with them, okay? And that doesn't happen a lot. And I've been guilty of silliness myself. A lot of us have, because like I said, you have to be taught this, so sometimes you just get better at it as time goes on. So that's what this is. It's embarrassing, and I really felt bad, especially, as a human being, just watching her hold that little baby. And I'm like, oh, and the baby's just sitting there while the baby is over there recording her. And, Danny Lay was just so upset. She just got the cursing, but I guess she could have just got up and left, but she didn't just get up and leave, because why should she? So, but at the end of the day, listen, you just have to watch how people are. People are going to do what people want. You understand? You got to protect yourself. So speaking of protection, we're going to get off that story. I've had enough of it. I'm debabied out. Just watch yourselves. Watch how people act. And parents, you got to teach your kids to have discernment. Because sometimes you be like, oh, you can't just let people know. Show them the signs. And, it takes time for kids to listen. Sometimes they're not going to, because they're still new to the world. So they have to see it and experience it for themselves. Sometimes word of mouth isn't good. It's not because people are hard-headed. You're here to experience, right? Or whatever else. Next time, put this... Come on, we gotta... All right, not your fault. Listen, you have to have that discernment, because it protects you. It keeps you from getting played by people, just getting in a bad situation. So parents, you definitely gotta teach your kids discernment in a way where it's like, all right, you see how this person said this, you see how they acting, and teach the kids to not be so sensitive about it. But you pick it up. You just got to be open to it. A lot of time people learn from experiences, and a few times you got people to be like, oh, okay, I heard you. So that also shows you their type of thinking. But I say all that to say we're getting off of it. And speaking of protection and having discernment, check this out. Crazy, right? It was just like kind of inappropriate. I'm like, oh, okay, y'all are just doing your thing. For the people that know what I'm talking about when I say they're doing their thing, when you see something like that in learning material at a school, it's just like inappropriate. So I posted it up, and here's what my friend Mel said. And I kind of agree with her. I think I should take it to the teacher, but the teacher's the one that printed it out. I think I should show it to the principal because it was just awkward to read. It was just like, I just didn't read it to her. I just was like, okay, and it was just gross. But to those who know I'm talking about, you know exactly what that was. And I'm going to have discernment and figure out what the best thing to do here is. And you guys can help me out too. Comment below and tell me what you think I should do, because that just seemed really inappropriate and disgusting and very pedophilia-ish, I might say. Okay? Watch yourselves. Watch yourselves. That's the lesson. So this has been another episode of Dopedilla TV Minisode. And like, comment, subscribe, share if you care, and thank you for coming. And again, love you. And we'll see you next week when we have more juice for you. Bye.